Hey everyone, welcome to a new episode of the Action Speaks Louder podcast. Today I'm talking to Vico. So we have this meeting, actually, the podcast. We were, like, as you said, the last time we tried to get together was in February. It's been a long time ago, over 6 months. And there was one thing we wanted to talk about, and that was values.
Yeah, that's a big topic. I
Mhm.
could talk 1 hour about this. Oh, yeah, let's make it like short and direct to the point. Uh, Linking to the moment I said before, when my mentor helped me to ask myself this question, what is the version of success for you? Then I kind of came to the point of, okay, now I see that the priority in my life is spending quality time, not quality time with my family, being physically closer to them.
Yeah.
And then it's like, in my head, I have this blockage that I thought, because I opened a company in Denmark, how am I gonna, change country and then still be able to work in Denmark, or how? And actually,
Yeah.
it has been very easy and smoother than I thought before. And I think this because now I'm more aligned to my values that I was when I asked myself this question, and I was a very huge success in my business. It's still, I mean, it's not like it has changed, but the thing is, I have pivoted some part of my business right now in terms
Mhm.
of serving myself to help to feel better with my core values right now, rather than to serve a status quo of what you need to do if you have a company, or sort of
Yeah.
things. So yeah, I would say values is such a big thing, because this is kind of where, when you ask yourself why you do your services or your product, or what you are launching to the world, what are you doing that? And I will say most of us could answer is because of impact, because
Mhm.
you might see that you might have the highest impact when you are playing your own rules in terms of managing your own time and be able to nurture yourself, be
Yeah.
in balance before serving
Yeah.
others. And for me, I found, honestly, I will not be very honest with you, I found crazy that people work 40 hours a week, Monday to Friday, 9 to 5,
Yeah.
every week, every month. I mean, I found it crazy, because for me, I found it very unproductive
Mm,
to do
absolutely.
that. I mean, and I've been in that framework before, and I could see that it was not working for me. And I respect that for other people is fine, but I feel that it could impact more people working, following how I feel every day, instead of needing to be at a place, at a meeting, at a time, if I'm actually wanna cuddle my blanket and drink a cup of tea, to
That's
be
what I was
honest,
was
right?
was I was missing. It's funny, because I just wrote the foreword for the new book, which actually came out today.
Oh,
And
nice, congrats.
thank you. And and I was writing about this. I remember back when I was living in Germany, and it was like a winter day, and I had to go to work. I had to get up around 6 in the morning. It's still dark outside. It was freezing. And then by the time I leave work, it's dark again. It's freezing. And I saw myself, I just want to enjoy the morning with like a tea and a blanket and just watch like the sun's coming up. But I don't have time because I need to work. And
Yeah.
I always felt like I go to work, the first few hours, it's fine. But then, like, after 3, 4 hours, you hit rock bottom. You're just functioning, but your mind is foggy. You
Yeah,
can't take
automatic
responsibility
pilot
anymore.
in a way. Yeah,
But
yeah,
you
yeah,
have to
yeah.
push through until you are allowed to clock out. And
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I feel like even now, I still probably work many hours, but I do something in the morning. I have the day between, like, off, and then I work in the evening. Sometimes I like working on the weekends because everybody else is
Mm-hmm.
out there and I try
Yeah,
to avoid.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So then I rather go out on a Monday or Tuesday when people are actually.
Ooh, at 10 a.m. when there is no one at the cafe, right? I love it.
Yeah, that's the best thing. And
Yeah, 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 yeah.
so for me, it's like this.
Or like doing groceries, a Monday at 11 a.m. I mean, it's for me is for me that is the vision of success, and to be rich for me is doing those things, right?
Yeah, and actually
Because I
having
feel, yeah. more
I think,
mindful. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But I will say that this, of course, coming back to the point of values, that
Mhm.
is hard to ask yourself questions, but you need to know that it's okay to change the answers you are giving throughout the stages of life, because
Mm.
this is part of human. We are evolving in different levels, and then we are having different needs every time.
Yeah.
And for me, success was not anymore to be able to be physically in a workshop facilitating for a global company, reaching at the same time 5 countries and here and that, but more being closer to my family. And in that sense, I can nurture now this part, help, like coming with my mother to help me out sometimes when she also has the opportunity to do that, because I
Mm.
feel like she's in her element. I
Yeah.
can focus more on delivering higher quality on the of the curated programs that are in each retreat, and
Yeah.
I can feel that I'm more balanced, and I can actually hug my mother physically, like while I'm there too.
That is so
Actually,
good.
a crazy idea came after us, because I have a mother and daughter who came together, and
Mhm.
they were telling me, you should make this like a theme, mother and daughter. I'm like, a new idea for a new retreat coming up, mother and daughter, because I feel this is a beautiful bounding connection that you can do, and unfortunately you cannot do it forever, because we
Yeah.
don't know for how long we'll have our parents here, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, values is a big thing, because then what is the sense for you to ask when you when you set financial goals of what you think you want to how you want to earn this year, which I think is very important. You cannot go without this, because when
Yeah.
you know your financial goal, then you know how much your time values per hour, in a sense. And then
Yeah.
this is kind of what helped me out to delegate tax. When the tax that I'm doing is cost less than an amount of salary I can pay freelance, I will delegate, because that
Yeah.
means and I'm not doing the tasks that help me to reach this financial goal.
Yeah.
But what is the point to set a financial goal if you don't feel fulfilled with the work you are doing? If
Mhm.
you don't have the why, like, why do you want to earn this amount of money? It's not the money, it's the impact you are doing.
Yeah.
So I think this is a powerful reminder to say that the asking yourself, what are your values? How do you think your values can align into the company of the values you are building? Because then it will be bread and butter, because you will
Absolutely.
feel aligned, and then it will see, it's easy peasy, I can do this. And actually it will help you out so much when the challenges come, because they come. It's part of life. I mean, there are different challenges, different self-doubts, but they are coming to knock the door every now and then to remind
No,
you that they are here, that they are there,
yeah.
and then it's yeah,
Yeah, you
yeah,
once you, I think you need to be honest to yourself, so you're in a much better energy for yourself to silence
yes,
the
yes, yes, yes,
self-doubt,
yes, yes.
and you need in the end the service is for you, for yourself. That's why you actually start your
Indeed, yeah,
normally, not
yeah, yeah,
just
yeah.
because money
Because
or
you first is your well-being, and then what you offer comes after.
yeah.
It cannot
So
go the other way around, or at least not for long, until you burn out. This is what I can tell also from my experience, because I also got a couple of burnouts in my life.
I think sometimes it's
Yeah.
part of it. Even I mean, you can. I always felt like you have these books where like 100-year-old people give their life advices. You can read these books, but in the end, you would still do the mistakes because you need to feel it. Sometimes we have to feel the pain to actually knowing what is right and what is wrong for us. So
Yeah,
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 fortunately, we can
yeah,
read
yeah, yeah,
everyone, take a break, but don't feel it. As terrible
yeah,
as it sounds, but yeah.
yeah. And actually, I would say something that entrepreneurs don't talk that much. It's like the hard parts of being entrepreneur, the
Mhm.
challenging parts, right? Because of course, it's always more, nicer to share your milestones when you reach them, but not to share when you are going through a breakthrough, because now you realize that what you are reaching as a success is your old version of success, and now you need to pivot because you don't feel fulfilled anymore.
Mhm.
because this is challenging, right? This is a grieving part you need to do, emotional, management internally that you need to do as well to be able to liberate those, to have space for the new. And when
Mm.
I teach my workshops, I also mention this in a very simple way. Look at your closet, right? Your closet has a limited space that you can fill up with clothes. If you want to have new clothes, you can fill in more clothes, but at one moment, the closet will, say, there is no more physical space for it.
Yeah.
So it's like, having an internal cleanup of what doesn't serve you anymore to make space for what is the new beginnings and the new experiences coming in. And
Mm.
this is very important, and this is something that unfortunately we don't speak that much, but I think it's coming out to kind of speak about does it take to, a grieving process of letting go of something, the attachment of the physical objects and clothes and any other things, right? But
Mm.
yeah, I think the new generations might get like a fresh coming up of this. I really
Yeah,
hope so, because
I,
I feel like we have now more tools than before, right? In terms of how to
absolutely.
regulate ourselves.
Absolutely. I think that
Journaling, breathing, yoga.
yoga, we've got the Action Speaks Louder books, so that will
Yeah,
help. And
yeah,
and I feel like the older generation is like more like harden up, like, oh, get over it, kind of like just do it, get over it. I feel like this is the
yeah,
wrong. The younger generation, or even us, we don't want to do this anymore. Like, we don't want to toughen
yeah,
up. We want to
yeah,
take care of ourselves and of each other. And so let's pray
yeah,
that more healthy
yeah,
work environments will.
yes. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm also working on that field as well. So making putting there my bit of sun.
All right, so we got one
Ah,
last subject on the list basically that we wanted to talk about, and this is the
mhm.
beliefs and
Oh
emotions.
yeah, yeah, interesting. Yeah, so I this is one of the things I've been going through personally for the last at least 3 years, and
Hmm.
it's kind of to know that always a thought before a thought there is an emotion that comes to the thought, and we can have all kind of emotions, and all the emotions are valid. This is something we need to remember. And I would say that a person who has tools to be able to maneuver themselves into the different emotional range is the one who can feel and experience all the emotions and not feel attached to a sort of emotion.
Hmm.
Because we know we have the beliefs that one of the most common limiting beliefs is like, I'm not good enough, right?
Yeah.
And this is something that we got told at some point, maybe in our past. It could be when we were particularly very little, and then we still believing in it. And then if you ask yourself, how do you feel before you are thinking, I'm not good enough?
Hmm.
You can answer me. How do you feel before this thought might come to your mind?
Yeah.
Probably not feeling your best, right?
Never. That's the thing.
No.
That's where then it's like a
Yeah.
cycle starting up. This
Yeah.
cycle.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not believing in myself. I'm not good enough. Then the self doubts, the fear, the whole thing, the whole carnival
Mejor
of negative thoughts.
boca arriba. Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. So this is kind of what it has helped me out through different challenges in my life to identify which emotion I'm feeling before I have the self-doubt coming, or before I have this kind of beliefs. All beliefs in most cases that still come from time to time, just to revisit to see if they can still answer to your new self. But it's like, no, 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 thank you, but now I'm doing something else. I'm this new version of myself who doesn't have a space for these thoughts. But it's
Mhm.
about self-awareness, I would say so, because you will be able to, of course, identify the emotions if you are in a more balanced way, right? Because if you are in the automatic pilot of everyday life here and there, without when you are taking the shower, we are already thinking of the next agenda of the meeting you are having. You are not taking a shower, you are cheating. You are not
Mhm.
taking a shower, you are thinking of the agenda, right?
Yeah.
So it's been about being mindful of each process of the day, and then be able to identify into which emotion, and don't punish yourself because you are feeling not the best. This
Yes.
is the most important part, right? Knowing that it's part of human nature, that we are here to feel all the emotions, and it's totally fine because life is ups and downs, peaks and valleys, and this is
Hmm.
totally fine. We don't need to be all the time in this happy life because that is not real.
Yeah.
That is not real, and therefore it's important to talk about the challenges, in particularly when you are an entrepreneur, because the hardest times will come, and then you need to root here again to your values, into what you are doing this for. It's
Yeah.
because it's aligned to myself, into the person I'm building, and into the way how I feel the best with myself, which is in this sort of way. So yeah, very
Hmm.
important, very, very important, the emotional regulation.
Absolutely. I feel like starting your own business, stepping out or stepping away from, like, the safe workspace that you had before, it brings up so many emotions, so many questions about yourself, that I feel like becoming an entrepreneur or self-employed is actually more about learning myself, even on a
Oh yeah.
complete different level. It's like,
Yes, yes, yes.
it's
Yes,
crazy. Like,
and
I have never
how
thought.
do you do that? Yeah, this
Yeah.
because you are asking yourself, when do I believe I'm working in a sort of schedule, fixed schedule, will help me to, get a salary, to pay my house, to pay this and that, and to have a pension after. You
Yeah.
know, yeah, because one of the things I realized is that I wanted to enjoy life in all stages,
Hmm.
and not when I will be retired. Like, this is when you will have less energy. Like, what do you need to wait to work these 35, 40 years before you
Hmm.
can enjoy life? I mean, for me,
Yeah.
doesn't make sense. Also, because when I would like to be a mother at some point. When I will have, if I can have kids, I don't know yet. But I mean, when that state will arrive maybe. Then I want to be present, and I
Mm.
want to see that my family is my priority, and then my business or what I want to offer to the world comes after, not
Yeah.
the other way around. So I don't need anybody to determine how many months of maternity leave I need to take, because it doesn't work like this.
Oh my God. Yes. Yes.
Not in my way of, I'm very much thinking out of the box, and I step out of the box many years ago, and I don't think I will come back. But
Yeah.
again, every way of living is valid, and this is super important to know. And not
Mhm.
everybody needs to be an entrepreneur, and it's very beautiful to have many different ways of thinking. So,
Yeah.
and
Absolutely.
living life.
And it's I got what I wanted to say is, it's not for everyone. I realized
Oh yeah.
it's a lot of people, like, we say, oh, start your own job, because, as you said, for me the most value I wanted to have while I started my business was actually time, and
Mm,
not someone telling me what days I can take off, what time I can have vacation, how many days.
yeah,
Especially, yeah, once you have
yeah,
children, these are the months you can have with your children, but then afterward you need to be back at work, and
yeah, 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 yeah,
it is the most valuable thing.
yeah,
And
yeah.
but when I talk to people, I realize not everybody is made for this path. A lot of people
Yeah.
fail. They like this having beautiful dream, from social media, all these shiny pictures and everything, or I only work 3 hours a day. It's not always true. Getting to this point,
Mm.
it's a
It's
long
4 seasons. Yeah, four
process.
seasons. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's really, you have to be emotionally tough
Prepare.
in a way, I think. Like you really need to be, I think, what's the point? Once you say, okay, I want to become an entrepreneur, I want to start my business, you need to be prepared to learn yourself on the deepest level that you can imagine. And it's tough. It's very hurtful sometimes.
But that's a beautiful journey.
That's
I think that if there is something you cannot die without knowing, is to get to know yourself,
mm,
right?
yeah.
And yeah, and for me, it's been very a gift to be able to relearn to discover myself in a new way. Like, I would have never imagined, never ever, that I will have that I will that my desire was to be living closer to my family.
Hmm.
when I left Spain so many years ago, seeking for adventure, seeking for, what is out there. And now I know Spain. Now I want to, master my English and study something new. And then why not also Danish? I also learned the Danish language. So, you know, I wouldn't have learned those things if I would have stayed. So, but as everything comes in stages, I feel that it's beautiful to, like, to embrace all of them and then learn from all of them, and then to be able you to decide who do you want to be every day.
Yeah.
And you can change that, and it's nothing wrong to change the person you were 6 months ago and the person you are now.
No.
And it's not, and I think that the beauty is to get the evolution into the different phases.
Life is not meant to be stopped, basically.
Fix. No, no.
This is what a lot of people, they're working like 40 years, one and the same job, the same routine. Maybe 2 weeks a year they go to Turkey or Spain for a little vacation, sitting by the pool while the beach is right next to them.
Yeah.
Or, it's like, this is, even when I was a kid, my parents, pretty much my dad was working, even until just recently, like almost 70 now. He just stopped working now.
Oh, wow.
He's been working since he's 16 years old, and I always felt like I really appreciate what he's doing for the family, right? Providing everything, but I can never see myself going this path because he's never home. He doesn't have time, and so
yeah. I had a memory, like when I was, I don't know, I think I was in my teenagers. Like when I start to ask myself sort of questions, like the beginning of asking myself questions when I was 14, I was thinking, like, why I never got to see my dad here? Like, what is that important that he's doing outside that he's like not at home that much, right? And then this is kind of, maybe he believed that he needed to be all the time working to provide, which I really appreciate what he did for us. But I also wanted to discover my own path of being an entrepreneur, to prove myself that there are other ways to doing it, that you can balance both.
Yeah.
But it's called, this comes with experience of every individual. I mean, this is super important, that you can read it in books, you can, but the real deal comes when you experience it in your own skin. Like, this is the reality coming there on your face. Like, here, this is something you might learn. Take it, or take another drive around here. So
there's no like 101 like mode, like this is the way it is going, this is the way it has to be, because everyone is reacting different with emotions and everything.
And that's beautiful too. Imagine that everybody will be the same. What a boring world to live in.
Absolutely. I think that's a good final sentence for the podcast. So it was really a pleasure
Matthias.
talking to you. Finally, after all these months, like trying to get together.
Yes. It's been nice also to see the reflection of the time when I wrote the chapter. Now all the things that has been evolving, and things will be evolving, still ongoing. But it's nice to to see back yourself some years and then see how life is now. So
Absolutely.
Very grateful. Very grateful.
I appreciate that, and thank you so much for the time. Cool. Thank you.
Thank you, Matthias.